And we're back. Welcome back.
We're back. Navigate with us.
Navigate with us, going strong.
Yes, we've been, I think, very consistent every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, you know what? We got a lot of people watching us on YouTube, but we're also on Spotify. So if you have Spotify, actually you can get us on all the major platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, as well too. So we would welcome you to subscribe over there. You can be subscribed in 2 places, right?
Absolutely. And like put us on in the car radio when you're driving.
That's right. We are definitely the cure for road rage out there. If everyone listened to Navigate with us, there would be no more road rage in this world. I can guarantee it.
We would live in peace and harmony, and there'd be no flipping off each other or yelling.
What are you doing
profanities?
Out there? Is that what you do when you're out there driving? Are you flipping people off?
Nate, it's a whole other side of me that you don't know when I drive by myself.
Oh yeah, she's kind of a scary driver. No,
I am not a scary driver. You take that back.
She's a great driver. We got a jam-packed show today, so we've got some. I feel like we talk about Royal Caribbean almost every week, but they're always up to something. So I feel like they're up to something. Also, it looks like a world cruise has hit a major bump in the road, and by major we mean pretty major.
Pretty major.
And then finally, more drama at Carnival Cruise Lines.
Oh, goodness.
Are you ready for the drama?
I am. I'm not saving the drama from my mama this time.
Nope, we got all the drama for you here. So, basically, everyone knows Icon of the Seas sails January.
Yep, end of January, right around the corner, pretty much. Right after you get through holidays, bam, there it is.
Yep. So just paid off our Icon of the Seas. So if you get any security alerts from the credit card company or the bank, that would be why.
Thanks for the heads up, Nate. They're like, what is this huge payment that you just made?
Yeah, so we basically broke now. So from now through January, we're going to be eating ramen noodles every night. Do you like ramen? What's your favorite flavor of ramen?
I think I'll have to learn to like ramen. I'm going to go with probably just like a beef flavor.
Beef flavor?
You could probably jazz it up.
I'm more of like a chicken fan.
Yeah?
I like the chicken.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're both going to become connoisseurs of the ramen.
Yeah. So anyways, where we're going with this is that, of course, Royal just announced their new ship, Star of the Seas. There's already a Facebook group for Star of the Seas. I think people just sit around waiting for these ships to come out to set up Facebook groups. But in the Icon group that we are part of for the sailing, people are a big fan of the name. What do you think of Star of the Seas for a name?
I'm kind of indifferent. I mean, Icon of the Seas is very strong, powerful. Star of the Seas, like I feel like there's like Tinkerbells floating around the cruise ship.
I feel like it's like if you had a pet unicorn, you'd call it Star.
Yeah.
Star of the Seas. Yeah. But people, let's read some of these comments. Boring. And of course, someone said, wait, the ship's going to have a lot more activities than other class. And the person goes, no, the name is boring. Someone else, I don't like the name. It's a bad name. And I've never said that for an RCL ship before. And of course, there's some funny memes posted after that. Don't like it. It should be called Ripoff of the Seas, the way they're increasing prices. It's a boring name. Someone said, I actually like the name. It's an Icon class, so they're somewhat limited in their names. Plus, it's an acronym is SOS, which is probably not a great idea, but overall, thumbs up. I don't understand that. Do you understand that?
I definitely don't. And why are they limited to names?
I think they can call it whatever they want. I mean, they own the line.
Is the theory like Icon and Star are 4-letter words, and they're going to name all the ships with 4 letters?
Well, I've heard that rumor out there.
If that's the case, then yeah, I get how they think that they're limited.
Well, I think it was like Icon, icons, you think of someone that's an icon, and I think Star, you think like a movie star, rock star. type of thing. But I think the naming. Now, here's my theory. Would you like to hear my theory?
Of course, I want to hear your theory.
Okay, so as you know, where's well? Let me ask you. It's quiz time.
Oh, good. And for everyone to know, like, Nate does not give me a heads up, and that frustrates me.
There are no heads up. There's no cheating on Navigate with Us at all. Okay, so where is Royal Caribbean's newest cruise port? Brand new. They just built this.
Would that be? Is it Galveston?
Yes, Galveston.
Galveston, Texas.
Galveston, Texas. So,
okay.
What is next question?
Dallas Stars?
No, not the Dallas Stars.
Oh, okay.
But you're close.
Okay.
You're close there. Slow down.
Okay.
Slow down. And Dallas in Texas is known as the what state?
The what state?
All my Texas family, and I'm FYI, I'm also Texan as well too by birthright. So every Texan right now is crying. So it's known as the
Cowboy State.
The Cowboys. No, the Lone Star State.
Star.
All right. So Star of the
Okay.
Seas out of Galveston, Texas. What do you think?
Okay. I'm seeing the connection. I was really more going with like Dallas Stars, but yeah. Lone Star. All right.
Yeah, but
All right. I like it. I like the connection. Now that you've kind of justified it.
yeah, we got there. A few more comments here. Really dumb name. And someone said, I agree. I've never said that before. I've never agreed with anybody. I've never said that before. So anyways, question of the day. If you missed the inaugural for Icon, will you be going on Star of the Sea? I don't even know when they go on sale. Do you have any idea?
No. But I think does it set sail in 2025?
I would assume, yeah. I mean, it's going to take a while to build.
Wow. But you got to think like they're going to have Utopia of the Seas. I mean, it's like every year Royal's going to be banging out a new ship.
I thought these guys were in debt. They're really in debt now.
They really are.
That's why the drink package is like $1,200 for a 7-night sailing.
Yeah, seriously.
They got to make that money back somehow.
Wow. Well, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Lots of new ships.
Lots of new ships. So speaking of not so new ships, this story is from CNN Travel, the most trusted name in travel news. I don't know if that's their slogan.
It's a good resource.
Anyways, headline: The 3-year cruise hits another obstacle. So, have you heard of this cruise line? Basically, Life at Sea Cruises. Are you familiar with Life at Sea Cruises?
I cannot say that I've heard of Life at Sea, but I have heard of the 3-year cruise. 3-year turned like indefinite now.
Yeah. So, but anyways, first it was the cruise. I love this. First, it was the cruise that never ends. Now, passengers are concerned that it might be the cruise that never begins. So anyways, this Life at Sea. So basically, people could live on the ship. And I think it was like starting at like $30,000 a year, which when you think about the prices that we're paying for some of these cruises that we're going on, I mean, $30,000 is kind of a bargain.
I'd say so. I mean, granted, you're not going to, you just literally have your small little cabin and you don't have really much else to, I mean, other than going around the ship, I guess, and like exploring.
Where would you
does that get old?
Well, I mean, it stops at like, I was looking at the itineraries and it's kind of silly to even have an itinerary map. It's literally, if there's a port in a country, they stop at it at some point, it seems like. But think about rents, like how high rents are nowadays.
Well, yeah. I mean, food costs. And then I heard this ship also has medical. So I'm not sure if it's part of that 30,000, but I think that was obviously very important for, I think, people that are going to be on a ship for long periods of time is not having to be paying. I mean, do they even offer insurance for that long, like indefinitely on a cruise ship?
Yeah, you can get like travel, like year-round travel insurance policies, but they're not as robust, meaning like because I looked at them before because we do so much traveling, and I just said, oh, would this make more sense? But when you look at something like, well, at least the insurance policy I looked at, it was like for evacuation insurance, it was very low. It was like $5,000. And if you have to get med evac'd from even like the Caribbean, you're looking at like $100K.
Yeah.
Easy. So anyways, back to here. So what's the key element to having a good cruise? What's the first thing that you need?
Well, a bed,
A
cabin.
Think a little bit more broader.
I'd say food.
How about a ship?
What? I feel like that goes without saying.
So Life at Sea Cruises is due to launch its 3-year round-the-world cruise next month. This would be the month of November, setting sail from Istanbul on November 1st. But with just weeks to go, the company has not yet secured a ship for the voyage. Seems like a key element.
It does seem like a key element. And from what I did hear is that the ship is basically like a 20-year-old Carnival ship that's sailed like 800 sailings. So it's been well loved.
Yeah, AIDA Cruise Lines.
Yep.
But anyways, I guess some people have prepaid to get discount. We did the prepay with Virgin for our group cruise. Plug. Next year, group cruise. If you want to go on a group cruise, we're doing a New Year's cruise on Virgin. But anyways, you get a discount when you prepay with Virgin. But someone prepaid $100,000 to go on this cruise.
It's a little pricey. I don't know, but good for you if you got $100K just lying around.
Well, I don't know if this person. So, basically, this person says one who had already paid over $100,000 to the company told CNN the situation is a joke. They fear the cruise may end up canceled and wish to remain anonymous because I've not wanted to tell anyone. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed that I fell for it. I should have listened to my gut. So anyways, Murray Cruises, which owns Life at Sea, had been due to complete the sale of the ship for their 3-year cruise, slated to be called the MV Lara at the end of September. But something's fallen through, so they still have yet to secure the ship. The crew has also left the ship now, so even if they do get the ship, now they're going to have to get the crew back on board. And you were right. It's these AIDA?
AIDA?
I don't know.
AIDA.
But the ship's already been in service for 20 years and 800 voyages. So that would be my next question is, would you want to go on a 20-year-old ship?
I'd be okay with going on a 20-year-old ship, but I don't know if I'd want to live on one for 3 years or indefinitely. I would hope that there's going to be some dry docking, but the fact that they don't even have the ship in hand yet, like when are they going to do all the refurbishments? Are they just going to set it sail and hope everything goes well?
Well, I mean, that's what was supposed to happen. And now here's the thing. I was like reading more about this. Actually, there's more drama with this story. So, basically after they launched this thing, 3 months later, the project hit the skids. Half the launch team quit to work on their own round the world project. The schism is now at the lawsuit. There's now a lawsuit going on. The other thing is they're actually going to be, from what I understand from other things I've read, like renovating the rooms and everything, like while people are on the ship. So like imagine that you're on a ship, you've paid $30,000. You're basically, I mean, I guess you're not trapped. You could leave, but now you're going to have construction going on around you.
Well, the thing is, though, if someone's gone and made that commitment that they're going to travel 3 years on the ship, chances are they have either not renewed a lease in an apartment, they've sold a house. Like, there's probably like a case that someone could be homeless. So,
well, actually, that's funny that you said that because some passengers, so let's go down a little further in this hour. With less than a month to go, some passengers are getting anxious at the lack of communications. CNN spoke to several of the residents as passengers will be known who are concerned about how the cruise is progressing. Basically it's just that they're not getting anything from the cruise line right now. And there's people that have sold their businesses. I think one person said they had sold their business, their lease is up. I mean,
so they really do have no choice and they have to endure living through construction zone.
Yeah, one guy basically said, here we go. So some of the residents CNN's spoken with say they will be homeless if the cruise doesn't go ahead. People sold their houses, their cars, their possessions in order to commit. One passenger has arranged to sell their businesses at the end of the month. He said, I'm completely homeless and jobless come November 1st. And that's awful.
That really is.
Yeah. And I think it's just a warning. It's one thing to book like maybe a cruise with a brand new cruise line. But even then I'm thinking like, you think about like, what's the newest cruise line that come along? Explora, but they're backed by MSC, which is a huge basically, I wouldn't say unlimited money, but they almost have unlimited money from their shipping business. But why would you give someone $100,000 for an idea? Unless you have unless you're a multi-millionaire.
Right. And 100,000 is kind of a drop in the bucket. But
then if you were a multi-millionaire, would you be going on a cruise ship or would you buy your own ship?
That is true. Buy my own yacht.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
What would your yacht be called?
Red Dragon.
The Red Dragon. Yeah. Oh, speaking of red dragons too. Well, maybe we'll do that for next week. We're thinking about getting tattoos on Virgin. And I was thinking about either a dragon or a mermaid.
Yep.
But you'll have to leave a comment down below. I don't want to get sidetracked. But anyways, yeah. So right now this thing is up in limbo. And people have left their homes, sent their possessions to warehouses. Some booked vacations on the way to Istanbul and are already in transit. So there's like people that literally have already left the U.S. and now are on their way. Yeah. In anticipation that on November 1st, they're going to be in Istanbul on a ship that someone doesn't own and that has no crew.
Yep. And that's probably been kind of beaten up after 20 years of service.
Yeah.
Needs a little refreshment.
Yeah.
So I guess the question, though, for you, Nate, is would you actually ever want to do a 3-year or an indefinite sailing? Is that something you'd entertain?
Why not? I do it because, especially like when we're retired, what else are we going to do with our time? We could navigate with us from the cruise ship, and every week would be in a different place.
Wow. That would be exciting.
I bet people would want that. Yeah, but I don't know, for $30,000, I'd do it for a year. I'd do it for 1 year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd do it forever. And it might, because half the fun of cruising is like the different types of cruises.
Yes.
So I don't know. But if we're going to a lot of different ports, that might be fun.
That would be interesting.
Would you do it for a year?
I would consider it for a year. I just think about how, like, with all the salt and the food on the cruise ships, I would be like bloated up.
You have to bring an extra pant size.
I'd have to like just prepare for that. Yeah. And I'd have to be diligent, I think, about working out.
Just sweatpants.
Just sweatpants.
Definitely have to work out. All right. Well, moving on to our, so anyways, I wish these people the best of luck. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't sound, I don't want to be negative Nelly, but this sounds like this isn't, if it works out, great. And if it does, send us an email. Let us know how it's going. Hook us up on, we're on Instagram. So take some Instagram pictures. We'd love to see your journey. All right. So surprise, surprise, more drama at Carnival Cruise. Are you surprised there's more drama at Carnival Cruise Lines?
I can't say that I am. I just, I think it goes with any major cruise line, though. There's going to be instances where things just get portrayed
It just seems like Carnival. It's like, and we talk about wanting, like, maybe trying to try out a Carnival Cruise Line because, I feel bad talking about them all the time. Well, we don't talk about them all the time, but just, not being on board. But it just, I hear stories like this and I just kind of go, ugh.
Yeah, because this one, I think, hits home, this particular story.
Yeah. So anyways, from insider.com, a woman in a wheelchair crashed down the ramp of a Carnival cruise ship after the staff failed to help her, lawsuit alleges. So the bullet points. A woman in a wheelchair sued Carnival Cruise Lines last week, according to insider.com. The 61-year-old amputee alleges that she was not helped by the crew members while disembarking the ship. Her complaint alleges that it caused her to crash down the gangway, causing multiple injuries. Now, I find this story interesting, bizarre.
I do
just
too.
Because if you've been on a cruise ship, they won't even let you near that ramp without offering you help.
Yeah. And I feel like as soon as I start kind of approaching the ramp, once I get through the security, they're usually like either having me kind of step to the side. They're making sure they have at least one person. Sometimes there's two people doing the front and the back. I think we typically have more help than we need, which is very, very nice because sometimes those ramps are steep.
Yeah, I think the only time they didn't help us, which was on the tender boat. And we think there had to be some liability issue there because the people on the tender boat helped, but not the people on the cruise ship. So there was like definitely some responsibility. But anyways, the lawsuit that's been seen by Insider alleges that this person was injured after trying to disembark from the Mardi Gras in October of 2022. According to the lawsuit, the ship was docked at Amber Cove, and she was on an 8-day vacation. Basically, she went up to the gangway ramp, and she received no assistance, but then started going down the ramp. So right there, I find that, like, if you have this big, so let me ask you, Colleen, you use a wheelchair full time. Mm-hmm. If you had a big steep ramp in front of you and no one to help you, do you go down the ramp, or do you say, maybe I should wait?
Yeah, I usually err on the side of caution. I know what my abilities are and where I may need some assistance. So yeah, there's a reason, I don't want to get re-injured. I'm already in a wheelchair. We don't need to ruin the cruise. So no, I would step aside. I would wait. I would ask if there was no one visible there to help, that, can I wait for someone to assist me?
Yeah. So basically I don't know. It sounds odd. The complaint alleges her wheelchair then started going down the ramp at a rapid speed and was struck by a board/panel that was sticking out of the side of the ramp. So I just don't get it. Like,
she must have started to go down, and then I'm guessing like it started to kind of pivot, and she probably caught like her caster into like the side or something. Just enough, if you do any sort of dead stop especially on a pitch, forget it. You're just going to tumble forward.
Yeah, I still don't understand the story. So, I mean, if you've been on, again, we've never been on Carnival, so we can't speak to what assistance looks like, but we've been on NCL, Royal, Celebrity.
Yep.
Soon we'll be going on Virgin in a few weeks. But so far, the 3 cruise lines we've been on, we have never not been offered assistance. I just find it hard. I'm not saying that she's lying, but and again, the complaint is what it is, but it's just hard to believe.
Well, but also she probably thought, well, I'm not going to wait, I'm just going to try to do this on my own. But once you kind of get down, once you're in the middle of the ramp and you're going at a certain speed, like, there's no stopping.
Yeah, I mean, there is this, so there is something on Carnival's website that says guests wishing to disembark the vessel on their mobility device must be able to safely navigate the angle of the gangway while the ship is docked at port. Still, I think you still have to use a little bit of judgment. And, was she traveling? I mean, was she by herself? I mean, the story doesn't tell us that, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, it's very sad that, she was injured and just, I think it's, there is some personal responsibility of just being cautious too. And
yeah, we canceled the cruise. I mean, we did some research. I think it would have been fine, but on a smaller ship, and I don't want to mention the name of the cruise line because I don't think it, we can't validate this, but, taking a look at it, we were kind of concerned about the ramp setup. I think we've validated it probably would be okay, but that's the thing, is a lot of these cruise lines are not super clear on like what the setup's going to look like at each of these different ports of call. And that's why we ended up canceling the cruise, because we just weren't comfortable. We couldn't get enough clarity on that. I mean, hopefully we'll see this ship out and about somewhere so we can actually kind of maybe go up to it and kind of see how it's set up. But yeah, it sometimes limits us to the cruises that we have to take. But I feel bad for this woman, so hopefully she'll be okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's it for us this week.
Yep.
That's it. That's all we got. So thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you like the show, we would welcome you to subscribe. Again, we're getting very close to 2,000 subscribers. It's been great. We've grown a little bit faster, a lot faster this year, right? I mean, we've been growing. We really do appreciate it as well, too. So again, please do subscribe. And as always, we'd like to remind you to navigate your world.